I want to make a infused water.
Yeah, yeah. Wooden limbs. We back with another one for the youths in them. Yeah, young, brilliant minds, future in sight. Got the power to make change, make the world ignite. Let nobody say you can't achieve. Your dreams are seeds, sow and just watch them grow. But you gotta believe in the youth effect. We're raising up the youth effect. Can't hold us down. The youth effect, we breaking ground, the youth effect. They gonna hear us roar. Educate, we get the key, unlock the potential. A lesson every day, knowledge essential. Standing tall, walking proud, let your voice be heard. Unite together as one, spread the love with every word. The youth effect, we're raising up, the youth effect. Can't hold us down. The youth effect, we breaking ground, the youth effect. They gonna hear us roar. Educate, we get the key, unlock the potential. A lesson every day, knowledge essential. Standing tall, walking proud, let your voice be heard. Unite together as one, spread the love with every word. The youth effect, we're raising up, the youth effect. Can't hold us down. The youth effect, we breaking ground, the youth effect. They gonna hear us roar. Create, initiate, push through, no limits. Go ahead and live it up. Respect, positivity, you on your way. Break down walls, build bridges. Yeah, the youth effect, we're raising up. The youth effect, can't hold us down. The youth effect, we breaking ground. The youth effect.
You need to lower. You need to. I'm sorry. Good night. Good night. Good night. I was hearing some background music with the youth effect. So we are here once again, another Monday, and we are here with Ais-The-Artist to celebrate Movement Mondays. We're going to do that every last Monday of the month. Some activity to get us all engaged and learning something new from the young people. This time, Ash the artist joins us again to show us what intentional living and painting creatively. What's wrong with me today? Oh my God, it's been one of those days. Never mind, it's been one of those days. So we're gonna sip intentionally, and paint creatively with Ash the artist. And while we paint, we will focus. We can also focus on our day. You know, there are so many things we can do to help us to slow us down, slow the day down for us. You can tell that I've been having a kind of a day because I'm having all tongue twisters going on here. So you know what? We're gonna start this a little differently. Let's just take a calming moment because I just running out of the door and into it. So just to get us focused and to get me focused, let's do this with me. Let's do a calming breathing, welcoming the environment and into our space. Okay, so I'm gonna come down. We're gonna take a deep breath in all the way from our diaphragm, deep breaths, not anything shallow. And we're gonna breathe in deeply. Breathe in. You can feel the air filling up your chest cavity and exhale. Breathe it out. Breathe in deeply and exhale. Breathe in. One more time. Make yourself comfortable. You can cross your legs, but have your both feet planted on the ground. You can leave your eyes open, or you can have a soft gaze to the floor. You can sit with your resting your back. You can lay down, but just allow whatever you are on, whether it's a cushion, the bed, to hold you, and just let off everything from today. Breathe in. Feel all the energy from the feet, your toes come up, collect within your chest, your fingers, and exhale. Let it go. One more time. Breathe in deeply Deep. If you want to feel that, you can actually put your hand on your pelvis or your lower abdomen. Hold that breath, extend it, and relax. Breathe out. And let's just stay there. You can place your hands on your knees for a minute and just focus on your breath. Breathe out. Breathe in. Exhale. If you're a visual person, you can put a color to your breath. I like the color red because red is the first chakra, grounding chakra for the earth as well, for blood. It grounds us. Relax the shoulders. Let go everything that has happened for today and just breathe out. Breathe in your good energy. Find your happy place and breathe out. We're going to do that 2 more times. Breathe in. Everything, all the tension, and you can exhale. You can see whatever color or whatever thing you're breathing in. If it's music to calm you, a song, breathe in those notes. Breathe in that color. Make it feel every part of you, every inch of you, and breathe out all the negativity and all the negative energy. And we are right here, and we're going to start all over again. Good evening. I'm Kathy Robinson, and I'm here tonight on the Youth Effect. Once again, every Monday night, coming right here to you from the TDN Caribbean Network at 8:30 on Mondays. In the Caribbean and some other places, the time is different. In the Caribbean, it will be 9:30. In England and these other places, parts of the world, it will be 5 hours ahead of us. I think 5 hours behind us, sorry. And for all the other places in the world, I'm glad that you have taken ahead of us. Sorry. England is ahead of us. We're behind. Wherever you are watching behind, ahead of us, thank you so much for taking that time to be with us. We appreciate you. You can watch us on YouTube, on Roku, on Facebook, on Instagram. And thank you so much once again. Today, our guest is Ais-The-Artist, who is bringing with her talent and her gift and her positive vibes. She's going to bring us something unique to share with us and how we can relax and get into our own zones. We're doing a sip and paint, whether you have some juice, some infused water, something healthy. Ash, what are you drinking today?
Grape juice.
She's drinking some grape juice. I also have some grape juice with a difference. Whatever your preference is, tea, that works well. Coffee, that works well. Just everything in moderation, as we say tonight, okay? So whether it's be some juice, some infused water, some grape juice with a little fermentation going on. You know, they say fermentation is good for the gut, right? And a glass a day helps as well. The French are still going strong. And some other grape juice.
Normal grape juice.
Normal grape juice. So here we go. We're going to talk about being intentional with what we do. And as we going to be taught something by Ash, how do you start a drawing? How do you go ahead? What materials? How do you lay out your things? How do you come up with an idea? I know I have plenty of questions at one time, but how do you start?
I don't know. Right now, unfortunately, I'm in a motivational stump. I cannot find anything that I want to draw, or even if I do want to do something, I cannot find the motivation to do it. So today we're just gonna fall back on one of my go-to things to just doodle, or just to get something going.
Okay, so let me see if I understand. You're saying that if right now, as you're in a little motivational stump, you can get a little doodling. Sometimes doodling lead to something else, right?
Mm-hmm.
So having a stump is not a bad place to be. You can just start. You can just start being create. One thing about artists, and I know about her and other artist friends I have, they are perfectionists. So it's never good enough for them. Those of us who are on the borderline or not there at all, we look at their work and we believe it's extraordinary. But any artist, no matter how expensive their art is having sold, they will tell you, oh, it didn't come up how I wanted it to. Is that something that you go through?
Yeah.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how are we gonna start off this doodle? Could you tell us about the materials that you may use?
I am using a black canvas and my Sharpie markers, my Sharpie creative markers, and you can use whatever you want to use, whatever you have available. What I chose for us to do tonight doesn't necessarily need any specific colors or any specific type of medium. You can use whatever you can do it on printing paper and colored pencils. It doesn't really matter. So
we can use colored pencils or crayons.
You can use crayons, colored
Pencils,
pencils, a normal
markers.
pencil, markers, like
I'm using chalk.
paints. You can use chalk.
Chalk. I'm using chalk. You can use or pencils. There are different types of pencils. Grades of pencils to give you different types of softness or hardness or shades or whatever it is that you can do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And don't think you need to be perfect. We are just doodling and go with it because everybody has an artist within. Okay, I was an art teacher. I've brought art to the people, and I'm not a perfect artist, also, but I have seen great artists born. Pointing, check. Right there.
Okay.
Yeah, she says, okay, enough, mommy. Off to you. So where do we start? So I have a sketchbook. I have my sketchbook, and there are also different types of sketchbooks. There are sketchbooks for watercolors. There, right? There are sketchbooks for
There's sketchbooks for different types of mediums. There's different paper weights. So the thicker a paper is, the heavier the weight is. But I'm still trying to like get the hang of paper weight. So I'm not like 100. I can't like explain it 100% well. But
the thicker the paper, the more
the heavier the weight.
The heavier the weight is, more you can take.
There
For example,
books,
you cannot use
like,
watercolor on thin paper. It's
right.
gonna seep through the paper. That's what it means by weight of the paper. Okay, so if you're looking at acrylic, there are special papers that you can use for different types of paint.
Okay, I was gonna see if yours.
Mine is premiums.
No, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
It doesn't say
the
the
grade.
weight on it.
Oh no,
but I was checking to see if it had the weight on it to compare. But like you especially find it in like watercolor books, it would shows like the weights somewhere on the page. So like mine is like 140 pounds, and the thickness, you would see the thickness of it. You can see how like thick the paper is. So that's like so that nothing would get through. Like I use my acrylic paint markers on this. I have another one where I have like my watercolors on this. This is a new one, so I don't have any like that I did watercolor on. But yeah, that's the paperweight. And like if you want to paint, you don't need to get like fancy stuff and pay expensive. Like I literally got this at Dollar Tree for like $1. It doesn't really matter too much. It just depends on like what you want to do and how the material might be able to handle it. So because I'm just using my acrylic markers, this canvas doesn't really need to be thick and heavy. So normal black canvas.
Normal white paper.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, not normal. It has a little thickness to it as well, as Ashley can see. Maybe a quarter.
I don't
know. Okay. A few milli inches.
It's a little bit
milli inches. Metric and
You can
imperial together.
but you can tell the difference from watercolor paper because this is
Yes.
smooth and my paper is rough.
Yes, watercolor paper is rough, has a rough texture to it. Okay.
Yeah.
So this one would take like chalk and pencil much better, as well as maybe some light acrylic. The acrylic chalk, it would take the
Yeah.
acrylic crayons.
Yeah.
I don't have, so there are different types of things that you can use as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so remember, you have an artist within you, and don't say my thing is not good enough. Wherever you go, if it doesn't look like Ashlyn, that is where you go. One point is go with your flow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, just take it there and go with it.
So for today, I'm making us do something like I couldn't print it out. I'm sorry. You can go to my Instagram and you can find this picture. It's this one. I'm making us do something like this.
Wait, let me closer.
So you can see why I said the medium doesn't really matter. You can do this kind of design with anything. I chose my markers because I like to see the pop of color on the black, because I did this one on black as well. And you can do it with anything too. That's why I said you can like use whatever medium you want. So
how would that show up with me using chalk though? Because chalk is black and white.
Well, yeah, you can like you see on the canvas, on the picture, how I have like the little lines and the dots and stuff. You can add those in.
Mm-hmm.
You can make the lines thicker and thinner as you go. You can like add little stuff. You can like with charcoal, you can make it lighter and darker in different areas. You don't necessarily have to have colors to make something look interesting. So you don't need colors. I just like my pop of color on my black, but you don't need them. You understand?
Yes. Okay. It's something like something I did with the children in school. Looks very much like neurons and yeah. I can't exactly remember the name, but if you like biology, you'll see how neurons are, and yeah.
Yep. Okay. So I'm going to choose my colors. I'm going to do I'll choose. You can start choosing whatever you want to. If you're doing black and white, wait. I'm going to choose my colors first. I'm going to choose my dark green, and for my complementary color, my lighter green.
Tell us something about color therapy and color matching.
Theory?
Well, color theory, yes, color theory. So you can,
Can't help you. I'm so sorry. I don't know the technicalities of color theory. I cannot teach color theory. I just know pretty colors go together pretty. That's
okay. Their colors are opposite sides of the
wheel.
The wheel. Okay, so you have a color wheel, and we choose the. You can also go look at it on you can Google it.
Yes.
And they to tell you about the opposite colors on the opposite ends of the color wheel. Not contrast. Those next to each other. Complement. Okay, and there are warm colors and cold colors. The warm colors are like blues.
No.
The blues are the cold colors. The warm colors are the oranges and the reds and the yellows. Okay. So it helps to be able to visualize that. You know, when you see a nice sunset, that would be warm colors. You know how it makes you feel, right? That'll be the warm colors. And the purple is also warm colors in, yeah.
No.
Purple, I am so bad, and I used to be an art teacher. I cannot, don't do like me. Remember, don't throw away your school fees. Remember. So warm colors and cold colors. Warm colors go together. Think of the sunset, orange, yellow, warm tones. And the cold colors are the blues, the greens in there, aqua in there, okay? So these are complementing and contrasting colors as well. So it helps if you know that, or if you just have an eye. Sometimes you can do your own thing and just contrast colors, and it also creates a great effect. So some you do not have to go with the rules. It's just something to have an idea about. Just be yourself and put your pencil to your paper, your colors to your paper, and let's go. Take it away, Ash.
Yeah. Just for an idea of my colors, these are what I'm working with. I have brush tip markers and bullet tip markers. I just got my bullet tip markers, so I'm excited to use them. I'll show you the difference. This is bullet tip, a rounded tip, usually a little bit thicker, and this is brush tip. Gives you a finer point, makes it easier to do the edges. So I might use my brush tips to like sharpen the edges, but I'm gonna use my bullet tips first. Let's start. So
Chalk.
the first thing we're gonna do a random curve. I'm not gonna think too much about it. You can start wherever. I'm gonna start in the center, and I'm just gonna do one like this.
I can do this.
Yes,
Okay.
that is allowed.
Okay.
So,
Remember to sip.
okay. So after I've done this, the next thing I'm gonna do is figure out how I want this shape to end up looking. I personally like to thicken the curves itself and then leave some parts skinnier. So what I usually do, I would make this part thicker, keep this skinny, make my next curve thicker, keep this skinny, make my next curve thicker, and so on and so forth.
So if I have this chalk, I can go like this along the end. I can go on the inside as well, right?
Yeah.
And go on the inside here, and my skinny part is here.
Mhm.
And I take it like this.
Yeah, you can do that.
That can work.
Mhm.
Here's mine, and then because I have the chalk,
I was gonna fill it in too. I usually
Okay.
fill them in.
I just shade it in there. Okay. So we just shaded in the dip spaces on the inside. Something like,
I'm gonna clean up my edges. Changing to my brush tip. So, just for some people to get a visual, if you can see, here is a little bit thick and here is a little bit like bumpy. So I'm gonna use my brush tip and smooth out my curves a little bit. So I'll take this and I'll just smooth this one out, smooth here. It's okay if I make the skinny parts a little bit thicker to smooth it out. I'm gonna smooth this part right there.
that's therapy right here.
Sharpen this right there. I'm gonna add a little.
So we don't want any sharp edges, right? We were looking for curves. Smooth curves.
You can do sharp edges if you want. I just did a curve.
Okay.
And that's how my first curve looks.
That's how my first curve looks.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay. So we can add more curves. I usually try to see how I'm gonna go with the flow on these. So for this one, I noticed that there's a bit of a dip right here. There's a dip here, like a pointy part. So I would probably do my next curve somewhere like down here and here. Or I would like do a curve
Go
going
closer, baby, so they can see.
along here and then come back out. Now that I think about it, I might do one coming back out here.
So what shape are you thinking of making? Because you said to think about the shape you want it to come out as. So what shape do they, if someone doesn't have the shape in their head, can they draw a general outline of a main shape and then do the sticker things on the do those on the inside?
I didn't mean for you to have a hard concept of an idea and then bring it out. I meant like, do you want a curve? Do you want a long curve? Do you just want to go where your hand takes you?
Okay.
Just like go with those, like the first, you can go with the first thing that pops into your mind. I was thinking about where my curve is going, but you don't have to. If you saw your curve and your hand just went zoop, then that's fine.
That's okay.
That's fine. My hand is going to go zoop right now. My hand is going to go.
And for me, I can use different, Ash is using different pens and tips. My chalk, I have different hardness grades. So I have soft, medium, I have hard. This gives a different look to the drawing. Soft might be a little bit messy, but it works.
Soft is easier to blend.
So yes, so if I want to.
So if you wanted to start off light and then go into dark, you should use the soft in different places and then like smudge it out.
And smudge it out. You know, I can use my finger, or if I don't want my finger get dirty, I can use a tissue or a cotton swab.
And then the hard is like if you're doing like a set piece in black. Yeah. Like lines, or like if you have like a full black shadow or something.
Okay. So this is things that you can think of as you go along, but you can always experiment with different things. Okay. So according to where I want my curve to look like, I will use different hardness of my chalk. Remember to sip. Okay, cheers. Here's to therapy with Ais-The-Artist. So what are you doing right now with?
My curve.
Your curve, okay. So you're just taking the curve and just going wherever. Don't think too much about it. Just go with the curve. Go with it, right? Okay, let me see where I want mine to go now. Red wine is good for the body.
Sure.
Yes, it is. Okay. It's good for women going through menopause and stuff, but that is another thing to teach you all.
Who told you that?
Younger women
about
when they get old.
What are your sources? Cite your sources right now.
Look at the French. I want to enjoy a good glass of wine after every meal. They hardly get sick. They do get sick. But you know what? Let's make the pen do
whatever you have to tell yourself.
Whatever makes you sleep at night, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do with my curve, I'm going to do a curve going like this and just taking it out around. As I say, it's doodling.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go. I'm going to do my own differently from Ash.
Oh, you see, you can cross your curves.
I'm just going.
I choose not to cross mine.
I'm just going to do a whole set of. So that's my curves. Okay. I just went with it. Ash is doing one at a time, and so I did a major, and of course hers looks better than mine, but
no such thing.
It's where you want to go with it. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this shading thing. She says, make certain parts, make some certain parts thicker than the others. And let's see what it looks like. What are you doing yours with right now, Ashlyn?
I'm just adding more curves.
Oh, you're adding more curves?
Yeah. Because, yeah.
Remember, you can also use more pencils if that is easier accessible to you. If you do not have easy access to paints and canvas and sketch pads and chalk, or markers or special markers, you don't need any of these. You can get different grades of pencils for sure. you can experiment with pencils. That works.
Crayola. Get a pack of Crayola. They're good. Despite being kid stuff, Crayola is good. I'm done with my green. I'm gonna get another color. I think I'll do green and blue, pink, blue. Let's ask the audience. Okay. Sorry.
Remember to show us what you have. You can send a pic. You can send a question. We are here. This is such a nice wind down for a tough emotional day. Thanks, Ash.
Okay, now that I look at it, I think I'm gonna take my blues out here, like it's like exploding out of this piece. I think that's what I'll do. And I'll do the blue, the pink, and the orange, and I'll make them like that. Yeah. I'll do a blue one. So I'll do a blue one coming out this way.
And anything that comes out the way you want it to come out, just say it's abstract art. You don't need to explain it to anybody. Whatever they see, that's what it is.
That's right.
One piece of art can mean 10 different things to 10 different people, and that's fine. You don't need to explain your art all the time. Once it comes off from a good place inside, that's all you need. How does drawing make you feel, Ash? When you're drawing?
It's a nice, relaxing feeling.
What's a different word other than nice?
Good? I don't know. I like it. I don't know how to describe it too much. It's like sometimes it's just head empty.
Head empty? What is head empty?
Like you don't have to think about it.
You don't have to think. Just relax. That's why it's called good therapy, huh?
I guess.
Yeah. Why so much, I guess?
Because some people it's stressful.
Why? Why would it be stressful?
I don't know, like perfectionism.
Perfectionism, yeah. Sometimes I can see you stressed out about a drawing.
Yeah.
It's not good, and I looking at it, I'm like, oh my goodness, it's good, it's so good, and she's saying this is not good.
Because like when you go in, this is different from going into a piece of art that you want to like, you have a set vision for. This is just like for funsies. But when you like have a vision for something and it doesn't end up going your way, it can be like very frustrating.
So should you put it in a way that the audience can see what you're doing?
This is what I was talking about. I'm gonna make like the blue, orange, and pink come out of this part.
So like when we were younger and we used to do flowers, and you do up, so in a way it looks like you're making a bouquet of flowers from one spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going up and then it's curving and it's curling around, coming from a central spot. Yeah, I'm just going. This is what mine is looking like so far. Okay.
And if you see me make a face while I'm drawing, it's because I thought I messed up. You go with your mistakes.
Yeah, and you just make it into art. Everything is creativity.
That's what we
In
mean.
art, there's nothing as and nothing such as a mistake. We're just gonna go with it and go with the energy and go with the flow.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have to shut up. It's too much.
Uh-huh.
You have to save it too much. You have to save it.
Yes. Remember, we're doing this with the Youth Effect with Kathy and Ais-The-Artist. YouTube,
Instagram,
Instagram,
Facebook.
Facebook, Roku. Okay, TDN Network, TDN Caribbean Radio, Radio Caribbean.
What?
What? I know.
You
Today
don't.
I'm just totally messed up.
You
Yes.
don't know where you are.
Yes. So we're gonna, and we can also find Ash the artist work on Instagram. Ash underscore the underscore artist. Okay. And you remember you are watching the Youth Effect on TDN Network. We're gonna keep on scribbling and doodling and making this, and we are going to stop right now for a
Break.
break and let's see a song or whatever it is that our sponsors have for us. We'll be right back in a minute. Okay? The Youth Effect. You're watching the Youth Effect right now. Show us what you're doing. Send us questions. We're right there for you. And really engage us with your work that you're doing. This is good therapy right now. And tell us what you're sipping on. Okay? So we're going in for a break on the Youth Effect right now. Let's listen to a word from our sponsors. See you soon.
Get ready for an electrifying thriller. A fearless New York attorney takes on corrupt corporate giants fighting for the powerless. Can this seasoned attorney and his team take down a monstrous company and its powerful leader? What will be the final verdict? What price will our heroes pay? Find out as you turn the pages of The Trust by Sam George. Get your copy of The Trust today from Amazon.com. A smart house run by a vengeful AI, a mute witness to an act of unspeakable evil. A breadfruit thief is haunted. A young man unwittingly creates a god. Giant crapos terrorize a community. A witch seeks revenge on her neighbors, and much more. The Piton Noir Writing Collective is thrilled to announce the release of the third book in their acclaimed anthology series, The Flying Crapo. Flying Crapo, Heroes and Monsters. Now available for purchase on Amazon.com. Get your copy today and embark on a journey filled with heroes, monsters, and the magic of the Caribbean.
We are back. Should I much did?
I didn't do anything different. So.
Okay, so that's what we're working on. Continue our doodling. And so we can continue this doodling effect. How many colors you're going to use? What other
I
colors
don't know. The last one I was gonna put was pink on the
Okay,
side.
let's do the pink. Put the pink. Okay. Let's do the pink. And we're gonna just Ashley's gonna do this and see how mine came off. And when she's going to do the pink to show you the effects of the color, mine is just black and white. How do you feel doing this? How relaxing is this for you? How often would you like to do this for yourself? Set some time aside and sit down and have some me time.
That's why they have adult coloring books.
Yeah, they are adult coloring books. They're really relaxing too.
Yeah, they have ones that are really intricate, and then they have ones that are super simple.
Mm-hmm.
that people can. You just knocked me.
I don't know if they can hear you though.
Sorry.
For me, I'm just putting some little dots in. I don't know if you can see some dots to create a different look.
Yeah. So
mhm.
sometimes these things take long, just because like I forget how long these take because I'm doing this, but I would usually just fill the whole thing, and then after I fill it, I would like go in with like other colors and put them on top, put little stripes and little dots and stuff. Yeah, I like how you're doing.
So what I'm doing is just like, creating like an eye effect here. Just going over it like this. Kind of in isolation of joint curves. Yeah. So just make it like go in the opposite direction. That's all. What am I gonna call this? Always two things. Always give your piece of art a name and have your signature, a signature at the bottom.
So mine is a bit off center, but maybe later I'll just add something like here, balance it out, some other colors. Maybe I'll. I could add yellow.
You could have the yellow.
Yellow, red, and purple to the bottom here. And then complement them with other colors like the light green I could put on top of the. So I would usually put other colors on top of my colors, like here. Like that. And then I might make it thicker, make them longer, shorter, depending on how it looks. So I'm just gonna go over it a little bit to make it brighter so you can see it a little bit better. And I would do that on the thicker parts. Maybe add some like some dots in the empty space, like that.
This is my black and white. So it doesn't have to be too intense. It doesn't have to be too.
You could have filled up more space if you wanted, like how Mommy filled up her whole page, or like do them small by little pieces, like how I usually do mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So to see Ashlyn's finished board, you'll have to go to her page on Ais-The-Artist on her Instagram page. She's gonna finish it. If she finishes, she's gonna finish it and she'll post it for you to see. So we're gonna do a different type of drawing now. That one is a concept. And what's the concept we're gonna do now, Ash?
A landscape with mountains.
A landscape with mountains. Okay, simple. If you're from the Caribbean islands and stuff, you see that all around you. Remember, you can just use it as a reference, as they say. You can use a picture as well, right? And it's not copying. You look at something and you imitate it.
So first thing we're gonna do, because I have colors, I'm just gonna go with my base colors for whatever. I'm gonna start with the actual mountains. You know what I'll do? No, I'll use my black and I'll draw it out first. Should I? Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll use my black and I'll draw it out first.
So, okay, I can still use my charcoal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and draw black and white. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go landscape.
So first draw. Horizontal line.
I said landscape.
Yeah, landscape.
And I'm gonna go with a mountain here. And I want a little river, so I'm gonna put a little river here. And when you go further back, more in the distance, things are smaller and foggier and less visible. And then when they get closer to you, it gets like clearer and bigger. So for my river, it's gonna be small and then it's gonna start getting bigger and bigger up until it reaches here. And then I'm gonna put another mountain here. Very simple. Very
Okay.
cutesy, very demure. Okay, Slay. Mommy's starting with a
I'm starting with
straight line.
a horizontal line. It's called. Remember what it's called? I'm starting on
The horizon?
the horizon.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm starting with the horizon.
No, like,
here.
yeah, like, what did you decide to do?
I'm not sure yet, but I like to always start with a horizon line.
Okay, are you putting mountains?
I'm putting your mountains. That's how it comes out differently from yours.
Okay.
And then I put my mountain and mountain here.
Mm-hmm.
And a river.
You can.
Okay. So I put my river like that. So my river comes from this general point, like Ash. And as she says, as it comes closer to me, it opens out.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind the horizontal line. You'll see how it comes out after.
Slay. Okay. So, 2 different mountains, 1 river, same idea. I'm gonna put some trees on the side. That's a huge tree compared to my mountain, but it's okay.
Okay. And
It's
then
really okay.
you can do your tree also
Your
differently.
trees can like be however you want.
I do my tree this way. Okay, I did the trunk first, and then I just do the leaves like that. So you can do it any which way you want. Ash has nice pretty trees, but it's fine. I like my coconut tree.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm gonna add a little hut to the bottom of the hill. I'm gonna start calling it a hill now because the trees are too big for it to be a mountain. I'm gonna add a little house.
Are we adding a house?
Well, I'm adding a house.
Okay.
A
Okay.
little wooden shack.
Let me see. A nice wooden shack. I love doing those little shacks. Like it reminds me of home.
Yeah.
You know.
Little shack. I go in and put little shack. Little bench on the side of the shack, facing the river.
That's my shack.
Oh, sorry.
Can you see my shack?
Oh, nice.
Oh, the light. No, the light is sitting in my shack. We cannot see my shack properly because the light is too bright. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
My shack.
Okay.
And I have to put a little window with curtains.
Slay.
Okay, and of course the wooden sidings. It's galvanized, corrugated galvanized. This is my shack. Sam, I hope you're drawing. So you show us and the audience your thing after.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Don't put pressure on these people. I'm gonna add a little color since I have my colored markers. I don't think I'll just like bold color it. I think I'll just like do little hatching lines with my colors. So there's different methods of like adding texture to drawings. Some people do hatching, which is where you use lines to add like shading and depth and all that stuff, all that jazz. I'll try a little hatching right now, see how I like it. And if not, I can change up what I'm doing after anyway. It's not a big deal. Doing some hatching on my mountain. I'm gonna make the lines a little bit bigger as I get closer to the river. Like so.
I have mountains.
What?
I have mountains.
Okay. You trying to flex or something?
Yeah.
There's no need to flex. We're all friends here. You don't have clout to flex, money. I'm gonna do some thicker hatch lines on my other mountain. And then
While Ashlyn is hatching, I am just shading. As you can see, I'm just doing this with my chalk. Okay. The softer ones give the softer. I have the medium here, so I'm just changing to soft to give me a softer.
that's soft.
I want it soft.
Oh, sorry.
And then I can shade it in like this.
Smudge it up.
Smudge it up a bit. Yeah. This is how it looks. Okay.
And I was just adding some what looks like grass to mine. So this is like how mommy was saying, depending on what you're using, you can use different techniques to get different effects. So she was using her soft charcoal to smudge to get shading. I'm using my brush tips to like just put little points in to make it look like grass. I'm gonna put some grass at the bottom of my palm trees a little bit. All of my little palm trees, the bottom of the mountain, right there by the river a little bit. And yeah. And then I think what I'll go in next with is lighter green for my palm tree leaves. And I'll just make them like this so that you can see the leaves of the tree. See? And I'm gonna do on the others as well. And your palm trees could come out different ways. If I'm doing like palm trees very up close, I would draw them like this to get the leaf effect. Maybe I'll make the stem a little bit thicker. Yeah. Depends on what you want to do, how you want it to look. Technique comes with practice and just how you feel. How you're feeling.
Yeah, just go. Just go with the mood. Ta-da! So you can see my little village in the background here, and that will be our foreground. You see things bigger in the background here. I have some birds there as well. This is my hut at the front, and this is my stones in here, and you can see my water swirling around the stones here. And this is some river reeds growing there as well.
I added some blue to my river. And then I'm going to use some of this wrong color.
So sometimes the horizontal line, like as I did, started with, is to help you differentiate between your foreground and your background.
Yeah.
And things that you want to make look further away. So I did not do my little huts in the
Oh, careful.
yeah, in the background too dark to give it that illusion of being far away and a little bit blurry, as opposed to the hut in front in the foreground that I darkened a lot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I did my shading from the mountain, it gives the effect of the mountain doing this and leveling out onto some level ground right here.
I'm adding some orange to my sky because I just decided I think I want it to be a sunset.
Sunset?
Maybe.
Okay.
So I'll put the sun setting the in between the mountains.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna put some orangey hues, orangey stuff here. Like this.
That's the warm colors we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. I'm mixing warm and cold.
I wish I could draw an animal. I could draw a dog outside the house.
You can.
Yeah, but like that's what. Not. Let me see how I can draw a stick animal. I'll use my medium. I'll do a doggy. Yeah.
I'm gonna put some. This is where references come into play because I'm trying to remember the way that the sky looks during a sunset. I know sometimes they have purple in there, but I can't remember.
Maybe I'll just draw a bench there instead.
I'm gonna put some red. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I know what purple is, kind of. I think the purple is like higher up? Question mark? Higher up? I don't know.
A hammock. Let me see a hammock.
Put some purple. And now if I was really gonna go in like with a concept, I might have tried the Aurora Borealis.
Aurora Borealis.
Yes.
Can you tell people what is that?
That's
Southern Lights.
Southern Lights.
I have to that's on my to-do list, my wish list to go to Australia and help me, Alaska. In the way up north there to see those Southern Lights. Really beautiful. The Northern Lights. Oh, today is really, 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 my brain is really messed up. My daughter on the other side shouted out the Northern Lights. So you can Google it and see the Northern Lights, how beautiful they are. Do a cruise. Go up to Alaska. See that. Nature is so beautiful, let me tell you. And you can bring it out in black and white, just like what I did here. Black and white, my drawing. And
I'm just gonna border my mountains with orange.
Yes, so I added a bench and some grass around there and some weeds. So I said the stones, and this is some boulders I tried to do right here. Maybe I should do a sukuya on a broomstick.
Why would you try sukuya?
It's not a sukuya. It's the Creole term for witch on a broomstick flying. Like the wicked witch of the West in the Wizard of Oz.
Very topical right now with the new Wicked movie.
Yes, with the new Wicked movie that's coming out, is
she's on brand, guys. She's on trend.
And on trend. It's coming out. You gotta go see it.
Don't promote other people's movies, please.
Okay. I've been warned.
You haven't been paid.
I haven't been paid.
Thank you.
So as you're doing this drawing, what is the feeling that you're having right now?
I'm pretty chill right now.
She's pretty chill. What is chill?
How do you describe chill? Relaxed? I don't know.
I'm going between wine and juice. I don't want to get high.
That's not what high is.
Yes, because only one glass of wine does it for me.
You mean drunk?
Well, drunk.
High is different.
Okay, what's the difference between high and drunk?
High is like substances.
Okay,
Drunk is
substances like
alcohol.
marijuana and amphetamines and stuff like that.
That's my sky. I'm trying to add a little bit of glow, but I don't think it's working.
But it's the mood and the feeling right now, right?
Yeah.
Because we're telling people it doesn't matter. Just go with your flow, and how it comes out, that's your piece of art. Yes?
Yeah.
That's your piece of art. And whatever you do, if you don't want to talk to us tonight as share or get engaged, post it. Post your art that you did with us. You can send us a picture. You can send me a picture at the youth effect 767 at gmail.com. All right. We're making a Facebook page so you will be able to post your piece of art that you did with us tonight. Always remember to date your art as well. So date it, name it, and your signature. 3 things you need to do. Who knows? Excuse me. That's the effects of the wine. You could be the next artist selling your stuff on the market in 3 years. You learned it at the Youth Effect with Ais-The-Artist on Monday, 26th of November, right here on TDN Network. Okay? So you are watching the Youth Effect, TDN Network, TDN Radio Caribbean. I hope I'm saying this correct. All right? On all these options that you have. Instagram, that's it, TDN Radio Caribbean. You can also watch on Facebook, TDN ENT or TDN Radio Caribbean as well. And on YouTube.com, TDN Network 1 and TDN TV 24 as well. You can listen to us on TDNRadio.net, SBE Radio in Toronto, okay? TDN Radio Caribbean, Instagram again. Visit us every Monday night at 8:30. We will have something very interesting for you. And how is your painting coming? And tell us what you're sipping on. What healthy, intentional thing are you sipping on? Some wine, which is good for the circulation.
Oh.
And some juice. As Ashley is doing some, you could have some tea, some coffee. Today the 25th.
Yeah.
Oh God, I am really losing it. I need to get me some therapy. I'm losing it. Is it that time of year where we get into that phase?
What, like seasonal depression?
I don't have seasonal depression. That is something that's gonna be coming to for us to talk about because it's that time of year, right?
You don't bring it up, right?
No, I say that phase of life,
Oh.
that time of life for us women. Maybe I'm going through.
You cannot say us women and have me there and expect me to know that's what you're talking.
That's your future.
That's not us.
That's your future.
That's not us. That's you.
That's what we have to teach the young people, the things to expect. And the younger we tell them what to expect, maybe they can change something.
Change what? You can't change your biological clock.
No, you cannot change your biological clock, but you can prepare for it because there's so many people who do not understand and know about menopause and things like that, as well as in families they're afraid to talk about it and the depression and things that it bring on, and things like also doodling and painting and family time can help, because we need to talk, and those kind of activities, family time and activities, encourage discussions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of discussions over stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do. Sometimes you forget the time, or 11 o'clock. What you're drawing now? What colors are you shading in?
I'm not shading in anything. I'm just adding stuff. I just added some yellow dots and more grass at the bottom here. I'm thinking of what to fill in here, but I don't know. Maybe another hut.
I put in some clouds at the top and I think
Yours-
I spoiled it.
Yours looks better. Mommy put in more perspective into hers.
Yeah, I put in a little bit more perspective. Does the clouds look good for you?
Yeah. Is that birds?
Yeah, I have some birds and I'm trying to get the correct space so that they can see
They could see it.
yeah. It's at an angle though because the light gives a glare on it. So that's mine. I like to draw those old time of houses. The wooden houses, like what we grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
There's a special wood for them, but a name for them, but I don't know it. And this is how my hand looks. Ooh, pretty. Cool. Ooh. This is really a nice wind down to a deeply emotional day, you know. So you can do those things. It's I'm sure you got something done, and it would be really really nice for us to see what you did and how you did it and what you named it. Let me see. What am I going to name mine? What do you think I should name mine?
Don't build houses by that close to a river, guys. That's not safe.
Oh, you know what? She said, don't be, what I can do. Look how I'm going to change perspective on this. If it's too close to the river, I'm going to give it an illusion of being up on a cliff and the river being down. So I'm going to thicken the top part of my river and give it the impression of depth. Let's see what that looks like.
Slay.
There we go. It looks a bit better. See, this is the bottom of the little incline here, and this is the top. Right, Ash? Watch. Do you get that? Can you see it, or it's not looking good?
I see what you're doing. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like kind of like the river, like
The river is down, so you have
the wall of
right.
Yeah.
So the river is down. That's the embankment right here, and it has a little drop to go to here. But because we're looking at it on this side, we cannot see the drop from on this side, but we can see this one because our eye is here. So I'm looking at it this way.
Mm-hmm. I'm putting color to my little shacks now.
I think mine is done.
Slay. I don't know. I feel incomplete about mine, but sometimes it just is what it is.
I might just smudge mine in the background a little bit. So yeah, I smudge the huts in the back. So give it this also image of being blurry in the background. It probably is a cloudy day, overcast day. It is whatever you want it to be. Hi, baby girl. My baby girl right there. What am I going to name this? Let me see. A name. Okay, well, I cannot think of a name. Let me put my signature at the bottom end of it. My signature is my logo.
Okay. I think I'm gonna stop right
If
here.
my little cat in the corner here and the date. Today is the 25th. Yeah, the 25th. 11, 25, 24.
And
I think I'll call mine serendipity.
slay. Reasons.
Serendipity. Yes.
I don't know what to call mine.
So serendipity is really the act of finding something valuable or delightful when you're really not looking for it. And I found such delight in looking for this. And look at how this came out. This came out really, really nice. It's calming, it's soothing, a really nice effect, impact, you know.
Yeah. I think
It's a new
I'll
experience.
call mine.
Accidental invention. Yeah, this was actually even came out better than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. You think I can get plenty of money on the market for this?
Sure.
How much you think I can put it up for sale?
I don't know. There's always a person willing to buy it.
There's always a person willing to buy it. Yes.
I don't know what to call mine.
So it's same effective as she has her hut and her river. Hers is more
Yeah, I'll say it's the journey.
oh yeah. Journey. The journey. Nice. Lovely.
Yeah.
So you see, you can do so many different things. And this was our paint and sip and draw with Ash, the artist. It's my drawing here. My drawings here. Can you see my drawing? Oh, this one is hiding. Put this one up. This one here.
Careful, the charcoal might smudge on the cushions.
That's fine. I think they can see it.
Okay.
Let's add another cushion here. Here. There we go.
I'm sure.
There we go. This is our art display, our gallery for tonight. It's hiding. I want
It's
to
fine.
There we go.
They can see it.
Yes. This is our art gallery. See what we could do in
An hour and a half.
an hour and a half. Not even so much, so an hour and a half, because I fumbled through the first half. Cheers. What did you think about it? How relaxing was that for you? Do you think that you can do this once a month with yourself? Get some nice, calming space for yourself and sit down and just doodle and allow your hands and your minds and your emotions to take you to wherever you need it to take you, or wherever it needs to take you. It's good relaxation, it's good therapy, and it's good also training for you and your kids. No matter how small, children are never too small to start or never too old to start a tradition. Traditions are good with families, okay? Start it up, try it out. Remember, you don't have to be a perfectionist to do anything good. I'm not a perfectionist. I'm not an artist. You just let your mind go and allow yourself and allow your emotions to go with the pencil, the markers, the crayons. Paintbrush. Get out that inner child and help your child to bring out that level of creativity within themselves. Where with art, anything is a go. There is no criticism because art is what you feel, right?
Yeah.
It's not right and it's not wrong. You cannot tell somebody you're doing something wrong in art because art is something that comes out from your deepest and most innermost self. How young were you when you started drawing?
I don't know.
You just started drawing?
Yeah.
What is your favorite memory of anything that has to do with your art?
My favorite memory?
Mm-hmm.
You mean like my favorite piece?
Or your favorite piece? Or
That's gone.
what is it? I know what you're gonna say.
I did a charcoal drawing in primary school of a guitar and a drum.
Oh my god, that was beautiful.
And it was in the art room, and then we had a storm that weekend, and then the storm took it away, and I don't have my drawing. But then it's okay because like now I've been like working towards letting go of my art more, so I've been like sold a couple, gave a couple to cousins and friends and stuff
as gifts.
My most recent one that I gave to my cousin Kurdian, who was on the show last week, I gave him the two that I showed earlier, that the abstract pieces that I showed earlier. He has those in his house right now.
Gifts from Ais-The-Artist. Remember to subscribe to all of our TDN network platforms on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever you can go on and listen to us every Monday, okay? As well as remember to do yourself. Take your time off for you to do you, all right? Go to the spa, sip and paint. You don't have to spend money to relax or to get your own therapy. You said you don't meditate. What we did in the beginning to relax and to get me back to focus was a meditation, all right? Anybody can meditate. You are not emptying your mind. You're just
letting the thoughts
pass. Just like when you slide your hands against the screen. You just let it pass. Yeah, I see you. No, move along. Yeah, I see you. You just do not dwell on them. Do not expand on them. Do not give them life. Just let them go. And just take in that moment for you and for yourself. Okay? What is something you want to leave with people, the audience, Ash, with that?
Never too late to start art. It doesn't matter what level you think you are on. You can't get better if you don't practice. Art block comes for everyone. Everyone gets a little blocked off creatively sometimes. Maybe try different stuff. Like going outside, going to events,
you need to speak up more,
meeting with friends. That helps with creativity.
Because you can exchange ideas and bounce ideas off each other, right?
And even if you're like taking a walk, sometimes you see something and you're like, oh, that's pretty. I want to draw that.
It could just be a stone.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? You'll be surprised how it comes out.
I have lots of random pictures in my phone to draw.
Yeah. You know, it's the important thing, as we spoke about, is intentional living. When you're walking, be intentional. See things. Stop and smell the roses. I'm not too sure if I mentioned my home commute. Today there was nobody playing in the subway. I'm like, why is this a graveyard today? I look forward to the artists and the opera singers displaying their art.
Yeah.
Oh, there was this guy the other morning playing a recorder. You know, and there's another man once playing an accordion. You know how long I haven't heard that? Do you know what an accordion is?
Yes.
Okay, you know
Granddaddy got us one.
Oh yeah.
We had one.
Yeah, you're still in that age group. I'm sorry, young people, the younger age group doesn't remember what an accordion. I grew up with the.
You acting as if an accordion is an old instrument.
The accordion, the one that does this.
That is not an old instrument for us to not know what it is.
Okay. Cheers. It has been a beautiful evening with you all and with my daughter. And I appreciate you so much for taking that time off again to share with the audience a bit of your talent and a bit of you. I know it takes a lot out of you too. So I appreciate it very, very much. You've had a long day. And I want to leave with the audience, I want to leave with you a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt. The purpose of life is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for newer and richer experiences. Don't be afraid to try things. There is nothing really called failure. There are lessons and there are growth experiences. And from failure comes new inventions. There are lots of inventions that people come out of wanting to do one thing and they came up with something else. Okay, off my head, I believe the light bulb is one of them. But off my head, I cannot tell you the amount of inventions that has happened too, as well as a lot of beautiful pieces of art. Sculptures that the artist decided on one thing, one concept, and something totally different came up and sold for millions of dollars. Your art is your work. There is no criticism in it. There is value in what you do because you have value. Remember that. As the same way we value you spending Monday nights with us. You're running into our last 4 minutes and we appreciate you. I'm going to go back and forth between my wine and my juice. If I go out, I fluctuate between wine and water. So I don't feel drunk. My daughter reminded me there's a difference between drunk and high. So I hope you enjoyed your sip and paint with us. Put your drawings and your paintings or your charcoal doodles up on your wall, up on your mirror, so you can see it every day that you have value and there is creativity in you ready to give birth. With that, I'm saying bonsoir.
Good night.
Buenos noches. Is that correct? Buenos noches?
Yeah.
Yes. Buenos noches. Good night. Bonsoir. Have a lovely, lovely one. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Okay? Remember your healthy drinks. You can have infused water during the day. You can have a glass of wine once a week, whatever is good for you. Not too much sweetened juices. We're cutting down on the sugar, okay? We're cutting down on the sugar. Tea without sugar. Tea without sugar. Coffee without sugar. I do coffee without sugar. And you'll see the difference it makes in your energy levels and in your life. With that, ciao. See you next week right here. Same time, same place, 8:30 Monday nights. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving and a wonderful rest of productive week. I wish you all the best with your family and with doodling. Ciao.
Night.
Good night.
They gonna hear us roar. Never forget your home, but look at where you're going. Keep that passion growing. You the heartbeat of a world in motion. So rise up, speak out, start the revolution. The youth effect, we're raising up. The youth effect, y'all hold us down. The youth effect, we breaking ground. The youth effect, they gonna hear us roar. The youth effect, we're raising up. The youth effect, y'all hold us down. The youth effect, we breaking ground. The youth effect, they gonna hear us roar.